All right, I think people will slowly start to come in, and we'll just start because this will take a bit of time. So, good morning, everyone. This is Michael here, and I'll be running you guys through the orientation for the Surf and Turf program in Pondicherry. Thanks all for registering, and we look forward to having your children at our camps. I'm just going to start by sharing my screen. We'll run through the basics of the camps first, and then we will also have a little Q&A session at the end. So if you have any particular questions that you would like to know answers to, please wait till I finish the orientation, and then we'll have the Q&A session. So I request everybody to have their mics on mute. You can leave your videos on so that the children can see each other. And yeah, we'll have the Q&A at the end. Let me just start. Just give me a thumbs up if you can just see my screen. Okay. Right. Can everybody see the screen? Yeah. Okay. Right. So, where are we? I can't see myself. One second. Okay. Yeah. Right. I can see now. Okay, so as you guys can see, you will be all coming into Pondicherry, right? And this is one of our most famous camps where the children will come and learn how to do surfing, right? We'll start off with the absolute basics. So even if the child doesn't know or hasn't done surfing before, we will teach the children how to surf. And on day one, the children will, so since everybody is coming in from different places, you will all assemble at the campsite, right? And they'll have little icebreakers to get to know each other. And people who are actually flying in, they'll meet others, and people who are coming in from Chennai, they will all get to meet each other a day earlier, and they'll get to know them, and they'll reach campsite first. And once everybody reaches the camp, they'll meet all the instructors. You'll be able to meet the camp chief, and then after some getting to know each other, they'll head for their activity. And every day they'll be learning to surf at a small steps every day. And as they get confident, as they get to learn more, they'll go deeper into the waters. And we will have people from the surf school as well with the children whilst they're in the water. So they'll be taking care of them, and they'll be teaching them. It'll be like a hands-on experience where the instructors are right next to the children in the water and assisting them to learn. Here you see some photographs of the children actually surfing. We'll run through the daily programs, what the kids do every single day. So you also will get to know what they do over there, right? So day one, it's just departure and arrival at the camp. So kids flying in from Chennai and flying into Chennai and leaving from Chennai will arrive on day one. They'll all meet at the Chennai airport, and they'll depart in the afternoon from there, and then they'll reach campsite mostly around 4:30 to 5:30 in the evening, depending on how many breaks they take en route. And the children from Bangalore will depart in the night, and then they'll reach in the morning the next day. Okay. And for this particular camp, okay, yeah. And once the kids reach Pondicherry, they'll settle into their hotel. So this hotel is exclusive to us, right? There's nobody else in the particular hotel. We'll have all the rooms to ourselves, and the children will be sharing, the boys will be sharing rooms, and the girls will be sharing rooms. And the instructors will be put up right next to them as well. So in case they need anything in the night, they can always go and reach out to them for any help that they need. And on day two, the kids, do some small warm-up activities. They'll uh, get ready to go surf, and they'll just leave from the hotel directly to the surf school where they'll meet the surf instructors. And after getting to know the instructors and the instructions from them, they'll head to the beach. They'll get to know the gear first of all, so how to use the surfboard, and they'll also see the basics. So they'll get to know the first steps of surfing. So it's something called as a pop-up. So the children will practice pop-ups on the shore first day before heading into the waters, and they will also do some body surfing to help them understand how the waves work and what they need to do, right? And then once they're back from their surfing session, they'll have lunch, and then they'll do something, an activity called as jumaring, right? Where the children learn balance, they get more confidence, and it's a very interesting activity which they'll be doing on top of a tree, right? And the next day, I mean, after their Jumaring activity, they'll come back to the hotel. They'll have their evening snacks. They'll have a little free time in the evening where they get to where they get to play games. They get to mingle and bond with the other children, and then they'll have dinner, and then they'll rest up for the night. On the next day, they'll head over to the surf school again in the morning, post breakfast and warm up sessions in the morning. After a 2 to 2.5 hour session of surfing, they'll go through all the steps that they've done so far. They'll do some, practice sessions. And usually on day two, some kids pick up very quickly as to how to surf, and then they'll be able to surf a little bit. And then, the kids start to practice. The more they practice, the more they'll get to, surf properly over there. And once the surfing session is done, they'll head over to Oroville, and where they'll go visit the youth center. They'll have a little tour of the Maitri Mandir. And once the little tour of Oroville is done, they'll head back to the hotel again, snacks in the evening, and then cool time, and then they'll have some dinner, and then they'll, rest up for the day, right? The next day, again, they'll do some drills from the morning. They'll learn how to do the pop-ups properly, and the pop-ups is the most important thing which they'll be learning. So for any child who's watching now, make sure that you learn the pop-up properly. It took me, I think, 2 days for me to practice the pop-up properly, but some children got it done the first day itself. They were able to, to do that. And again, after the surf session is over, the kids will head back for lunch. And once lunch is over, excuse me, once lunch is over, they'll head back to Oroville, a very small place where they make musical instruments out of recycled materials, right? And the children will be able to observe, and they'll be also making their own musical instrument from bamboo, right? And once that is done, again, the children will come back. They'll have their evening free times. Usually what happens in the evening free times is the children sit down. They all have their small groups, and they'll be either playing Uno, they'll be playing some sort of games. And there's a small pool in the hotel as well, where the children will just go and rest in the pool. It sounds like a lot of time in the water, but yeah, that's what the children end up doing. And the next day, the children again, they start practicing. So the surf session is pretty much curated for them in a way that every day, as they get more confident, they'll go slightly deeper into the water. The furthest they'll go for people who have not done surfing, or who are first time swimmers, or who've just learned swimming, the furthest they'll go is from the shore. It's about 75 to 100 meters into the ocean is how as far as they'll go, right? Depending on the waves. And once that is done, once the kids get more confident, there's a couple of instructors will take the children who are more confident deeper into the waters, and then they'll try and catch bigger waves, and they'll try to surf for a longer period of time, right? And in the evening, once they come back to the hotel, they'll head over to visit the French town, right? Where they'll be visiting the promenade beach. There's lots of shopping centers around there, and the children will have pizza for dinner, and then they can, do some shopping if they want to. And once that is done, the next day, the children again will be practicing some more surfing, and then they'll visit the surfboard factory, where they'll get to see how these surfboards are made, and it's all done by hand as well. So they'll use that. And on the last day, again, they'll practice more of these surfings. And in the evenings, we'll have a reflection session. Once the surfing is done, and before the camp gets closed, the camp chief will be there. They'll have a little reflection session as to what they learned over these particular days. And this is time for the children to to exchange contacts or whatnot, to continue their friendships after that. And after dinner, the first group of people who will be leaving would be the children leaving to Bangalore. And then the next day morning, children who are flying into different cities will head over to Chennai airport, and then they'll depart from there. So this is roughly what the children will be doing through the 8 days of these programs, right? Now, coming to the main parts of the program, as I mentioned before, there'll be instructors who will be there with the children, and there'll be female instructors. Like just like all our camps, we'll have instructors who will be there to guide the children and to assist the children. And since this is a surfing program, there will be instructors from the surf school as well, who will be there with the children, who will be there in the waters with them, guiding them as to how to do it. And if they make any mistakes, they'll help them correct all of that. And we'll make sure that everything is done properly for them. And when they leave, as I said before, from Chennai, there'll be plenty of breaks in between for the children to rest. If it's a nature break, also we'll have a small stop, get snacks for the children, and then they'll reach. And when it comes to the medical part of it, there's a doctor always on call, and we have an emergency vehicle posted right next to the hotel. And the closest medical center is only about 2 to 3 kilometers away in case anything is needed. Um, we haven't had any sort of medical issues in these camps whatsoever. We've had children who had a fever for a day or two. That's pretty much it. And we had jellyfish, which actually on the last day of the last year's last camp, we had jellyfish which randomly appeared in the shores, and everybody got a little sting. But nothing to worry about that, because the surf school guys knew that that was coming, though they all had antidotes ready for them to it's a little small sting, and then they sprayed the stuff, and then the pain is gone. And as I said, the kids will be staying in an exclusive hotel with us. There's nobody else in the hotel apart from the instructors, the camp chief, and the children, and the hotel staff. And we will provide food for them made fresh every day at the hotel, and it'll be served to them buffet style. So the children can choose what they want to eat. They'll have evening snacks as well once they're back, once during their evening time. This one, you guys don't know. This is done. Yeah, so coming to the expectations part of this program, right? Um, so just to reiterate, this is not a luxury camp or a resort, right? So the children will have to do everything by themselves. Even though we say that they're staying in a hotel, it's not as if they'll get room service or anything like that. So if anything that the children need, they'll have to come to the instructors and ask them that they want something or if something needs to be done. And the instructors will then help them to get whatever that is that they need. And there are no gadgets for children flying in. You will carry your phones with you, and once you reach the Chennai airport, the instructors and the camp chief will be there, and they'll take the phones from you then. And once the camp is over, you will get the phones back. So there will be no communication between the children and the parents. We will have an WhatsApp channel which was sent to you guys by a message earlier from my phone number. I'll put the message again at the end, so you guys can all click on the link and then join the communication channel. So all updates from the departure message. So we'll send a departure message 2 days before the actual camp starts. So all updates from here on will be on that particular communication channel. So make sure that everybody has joined that channel and click on notifications so that you get notified every time we send a message, right? And every day we'll send two updates, one in the morning and one in the evening. The evening update usually comes with a bunch of photos and videos from camp, right? And I'm just going to let you guys know the photos when the children are surfing will be slightly darker mainly because the sun is always on the other side where the children are surfing towards the shore, and it will be slightly darker. So don't worry if you are not able to see your child when they're doing the surfing activity. We'll try our best to get as many photos as possible. And even if you don't see it on the day when we send the photos, after the camp is over, we'll collate all the photos together, whatever is taken from the instructors, and we'll send it through a Google Drive at the end of the camp. So if you don't see your child on day one, either of those days, do not worry, because we'll still take lots of photos and we'll share it. And with regards to gadgets, as I said, the phones will be handed over to the instructors once the camp is done, once they reach the airport. And for people who are flying in, please carry a power bank with you, so that you have a little bit of charge when you're going back. There you can bring your chargers as well. There'll be lots of sockets for you to charge it, but power banks is easier to carry. And with regards to any other gadgets, like a Kindle or a camera, please make sure that if you're going to bring something, it's completely, you will be taking care of them, and we will not be held responsible if something happens to them or if it gets broken. So I would recommend you not to carry anything very expensive. A Kindle is fine, but then I would still recommend carrying a hard copy book if you want to read or if you like reading. Cameras, again, we will still be taking lots of photos from the camp. And if you want to bring your own camera, completely fine, but you will have to take care of the camera whilst you are there at the camp. Right. And since pretty much the camp is going to be starting soon, if you haven't done so yet, I would recommend the children to start walking 30 to 45 minutes a day, at a brisk pace, so that you're slightly warmed up and a little bit energized before coming into the activity. Right. Surfing is an activity where it takes a lot of energy for you to do this particular activity. It's completely enjoyable, but at the same time, you need to make sure that you're putting in a little effort at the start, so that you also get to do this activity properly. And we have zero tolerance for bullying and indiscipline. So if we see that anybody is engaging in these sort of activities, we will immediately send the child back home at your expense. We will not hesitate even a second. So make sure that there's no bullying or indiscipline. And again, that goes for same for the use of substance or cigarettes or alcohol at the camp. If we find anything like that, we'll just send the child back immediately. So there will be lots of food for the children whilst they're at camp. For anybody flying in case you are coming in at a very early time or something, the children will still have lunch at the airport on when they arrive before the start of the camp, and then leave to the hotel. But if you want to give them small snacks, it's completely fine. But there'll be lots of snacks and food for the children whilst they're there. And with regards to money, we will be taking care of all their expenses whilst they're there. Um, I would recommend sending maximum of 3 to 4 thousand rupees, so that they can do some own shopping. When they visit the French town, maximum 3 to 4 thousand, not more than that. We will still have some memorabilia and some souvenirs from the camp, which the children can buy as well. So that's something, and they can keep that 3 to 4 thousand rupees is plenty for them. So this is everything about the actual camp itself. We will go to the questions and answers shortly. I'll just quickly run you guys through the list of things that you actually need. We had a question whether to for the children to bring water shoes or whatnot. I'll run you through the things so that you also get a quick idea as to what they need to get, right? So firstly, as I mentioned before, the children will be spending a lot of time in water. So even though the temperatures are around 37 to 39 on average at Pondicherry during various times of the day, they'll be spending a lot of time in the water. So it's not needed. That you don't have to worry about them being in the hot sun. But definitely send them with sunblock, right? Sunscreen, minimum 50. UPF sunscreen, so that they will need the sunscreen, because when they're out in the beach, it gets very hot, and then they do not know that they're being sunburned. So minimum SPF 50 sunblock, and just regular clothes for the children. They can get their own lots of t-shirts, shorts, because that's what they'll be pretty much wearing whilst they're in the beach. Um, you can get them surfing shorts, right? Surfing shorts are just normal swim shorts, but they'll be slightly lighter for the children to, to go and do the surfing. It doesn't get that much water. It doesn't get heavy when they're doing the surfing. That's basically what it is. And make sure that they have lots of towels, underwear, and also if you have a waterproof jacket, it's fine. Usually it doesn't rain, but sometimes it might rain. But the children are fine, as they'll be spending most of the time in the water. And definitely a pair of dark sunglasses, as it's mentioned, it gets very hot. So just some dark sunglasses, and two pairs of swimming costumes, mainly for the children, even when they're in the swimming pool or when they're in the ocean, right? And coming to the footwear, Crocs are allowed for this particular camp. So if the children have Crocs, and if they are comfortable wearing Crocs, they can have their Crocs with them. While they are surfing, they will not be using any footwear whatsoever, as they'll be on the surfboards. So it'll be mainly to commute between the hotel to the surf school, and then back to the hotel. So the kids can wear either a sandal like this, which is shown in the photograph, or if they have Crocs, that's completely fine. Just make sure that they also carry a nice shoe, which they can use when they're visiting all the other places which I've mentioned before, right? Uh, make sure that they're worn in and not new, because they'll be doing a lot of walking when they're visiting Frenchtown, or when they're heading out to the factories. So make sure that those are worn in things. And as I mentioned, get the sunscreen minimum. It says SPF 40 plus, but SPF 50 is what I would recommend. Anything higher as well. Uh, a plastic bag, so that they can pack their old clothes. Make sure that they definitely carry a water bottle with them, because when they are surfing, they'll be expending a lot of energy. So they need that water bottle, so that they can keep themselves, hydrated. Right. We will have first aid kits and medicines with the instructors while they're there. But if somebody is taking any sort of medical who going through a treatment, or they're under medication, please get the medicines with you. And if you haven't done so, if you haven't put in the medical details whilst filling out the application form, either send it to me, or just message the medical details to me, so that I can make sure that the instructors know. And those who are wearing glasses, make sure you carry an extra pair of glasses. This is completely vital. Don't get contact lenses, because you'll be again spending a lot of time in the water, and it's very easy to lose those contact lenses as well. So just make sure you're carrying an extra pair of spectacles, right? With regards to traveling and packing the stuff, I had a question earlier as well. Is it okay to send the children with suitcases? Suitcases are usually fine, as they'll be traveling. Just the only point of travel which they'll be carrying their luggage is from when they reach the airport to the place where they depart from the airport, right? So I would actually recommend sending the children with either a rucksack like this, along with a small knapsack or a backpack, so that they can put it and keep the water bottles and towels and whatnot whilst they're doing the activities. Right? It's much easier to send the children with rucksack or duffel bag. Don't send them with trolleys or the suitcases which have wheels. As I said, the only travel that they will be doing would be from the airport to the departure point, which is only about 100, 200 meters from the airport itself, right? And as I've gone through before, please don't carry. I mean, you will be carrying phones with you till you reach the till the instructors reach you at the airport. And as I said, try and avoid getting expensive stuff to the camp, right? Again, cameras, GoPros, completely at your own risk. This one's there. As I mentioned before, yeah, a power bank with a charging cable is definitely needed. Make sure you guys carry a printed copy of the return ticket, because now, for some reason, the airports sometimes don't accept the mobile versions. Make sure that you carry a printed copy of the return ticket and the original Aadhaar card. Again, this is just because the airport's security staff might just act odd, and they will demand an original one rather than photocopy, right? And as I mentioned before, 4 to 5,000 rupees is enough for the children. And for those who haven't gotten all the stuff which has been mentioned above, we also have an camp gear which we are giving the people, children from our website itself. So there are a bunch of options which you can choose from, and which has already been sent to you, so you can go through. In case you need anything, you can directly get it from a merch store as well, right? This is everything about the camps. uh, we will now open this forum for uh, question and answers. So if you guys can all turn on your videos, and anyone who has questions, please go ahead.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Vidhi here.
Yeah, hi Vidhi. Yes.
Michael, you can stop your
Ayush
screen share.
doesn't have an Aadhaar card. So can I send with the passport? We don't have the original Aadhaar with
That's
us.
fine. Any sort of identification is fine. It's just for the airport guys,
No,
because
I'm sorry.
we won't.
Vidhi, is your child joining from Bangalore or are they flying in?
So he's flying from Dubai to Chennai.
So he'll be carrying his passport, right? So we'll just, when he lands, we'll take the passport from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just fine.
All right.
Michael, can you switch off
Thank you for
your
that.
screen share?
Sorry.
No, I was just telling Michael to stop his screen share.
Oh yeah, wait.
Yeah.
How do I do that? Yes.
Harry's second question was the room sharing is 2 or 3.
So there are multiple types of rooms over there. There are rooms which will have 4. There are rooms which will have 6 also.
Okay, so they're not, so they're more than 3 basically. All the rooms are more than 3 sharing.
Sorry, I
Um,
had lost you. Michael, did you
yes,
hear?
yes. So it will be depending on how many. So there's about we have actually, this is a very full batch of children that we're getting, and as Nipun had mentioned, there'll be either 3 people or 6 people. The rooms are quite big. Depending on the size of the rooms, it'll anywhere be between those two.
And each person will have an individual bed. So it's
Yeah.
not, we're not stuffing them in. So these rooms are, which have 4 double beds or 3 double beds, according to them.
Great. And do you have
Yes.
a common bathroom or is it in the room?
These are the ones which have the 6 children. They have usually have 2 bathrooms in the attached. Otherwise, they have 1 bathroom attached.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, someone, you had a question? You have a
Yes,
question?
hi, Michael. Um, Michael, my son's name is Ayan, and
Mhm.
on return, he would be flying back from Chennai to Dubai.
Okay.
And in fact, Vidhi's son and my son, along with one more friend's son, is flying in together from Dubai
Okay.
uh, into Chennai. But on return, uh, his flight from Chennai is at 10 p.m. In the
Mm-hmm.
night.
Okay.
So if your group reaches Chennai airport by 10 a.m. in the morning, how do you think the 12 hours the child could basically, he'll have to spend in the airport, or will have to kind of change the flight times?
Uh, um,
Sorry, can
um,
I take this up?
right. Wait, hold on. Were you not able to find any earlier tickets than that, or was this the only? Oh,
No, there are limited options from Chennai into Dubai, and Emirates happens to be the most suitable airline, especially when the minors are flying without parents.
okay. Nipun,
Yeah.
what do
Okay.
we?
So Savan, we'll get back to you. We'll come up with a solution, right? Because I was not aware of this.
Yeah.
Most likely we'll ask you to book a hotel for them because 12 hours spending in the airport is going to be torture for them, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
We might request you to book a hotel for them somewhere near the airport. We can have one of our instructors, hanging out there till the evening and making sure that, they get on the flight. Uh, After this call, I'm just going to drop my number to you. Give me till
Sure.
evening and we'll get back to you on the same, what we can do.
Perfect. Thank you.
So it's both your children and who's the other one?
No,
Yeah, with
Ayush
this.
is
Ayush
actually
is going
flying
back
to
from
Mumbai.
Chennai to Bombay, so he's pretty
Oh,
Okay.
okay. He's
okay,
taking the
So he's fine.
12:45 flight, Indigo flight.
okay, great.
The
Yeah,
boys are coming together from Dubai, but they are going different
Yeah,
places.
got it.
sure.
Savan,
Okay.
I've dropped my number in the chat. Just note
Sure,
it down.
Yeah.
sure.
By evening, because I have two more orientations to run, right? We have a 12 o'clock and a 3 o'clock orientation. So I'll get free after that and I'll figure out a solution for you and let you know what to do.
Sure, sure.
Right. Mitali, yes, you have a question.
Hi, and I apologize. I joined 20 minutes late and I missed most of the kit presentation.
Okay,
Uh, Firstly, could I get a recording of that?
sure.
And
It's
yeah,
the meeting is being recorded now, so once it's
yes,
done, I'll share it. Probably
thank
by the
you.
evening or by tomorrow morning, we'll get this sent across to you.
Same
And
here.
I
It
was
will,
just,
yeah, it will be
yeah.
put in the WhatsApp channel. I hope
Channel.
everybody's joined the WhatsApp channel. So we'll be putting
Mhm.
the recording link. It'll be a YouTube link. We upload these on the YouTube and we'll share the link over there so that you can just refer to
I'm
it.
just going to share the channel link to everybody as well. So you all can again click on this channel to make sure that and make sure, as I mentioned, turn on the notifications so that you won't miss out on any of the updates that we send. Okay, I'm just
Thank
putting
you.
it in the chat so everybody can look at that.
And secondly, I'm not sure whether you covered all the clothing bits in the presentation, but just wondering, so the swimming shorts, etc., will be worn below the surfing shorts. Uh, that's
No,
what
so
you.
no. So
Sorry. Yes.
I mentioned about the difference between the regular swim shorts and the surf shorts. So if you
Okay.
have swim shorts, it's completely fine. They can wear that and come. So surfing shorts are usually lighter, so that when the kids are in the water, they don't get heavy. That's basically nothing else at all. So if you have regular swim shorts, it's fine. I would recommend getting a surf short, but Nipun has something to say.
Yeah. Okay. So the surf shorts, first of all, are longer in length,
Thank you.
right? So, they come up almost to the knees. So they protect a lot of scratches the children are going to get, right? So
Okay.
it's better that they're carrying surf shorts. The swim shorts they can carry for the swimming pool because you have a swimming pool over there,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
It's going to be hot. We're going to push
Yes.
them in the water as much as possible, right? To make sure they're cool. So, if they're carrying swim shorts, they use that in the swimming pool. But for surfing, it should be surfing shorts, right?
Okay.
It just reduces the number of scratches and the bruises they're gonna get. They are gonna get scratches and bruises, right? You are
Sure.
gonna be falling onto the board. You're gonna be clambering onto the board. They're gonna get scratches and bruises, right? So this is just to reduce the amount. If they are wearing surf shorts, it's just easier, right? Yes, what Michael
Mm.
said, they're lighter also. It's easier for them also. Swim shorts do get a little bit more heavy than the surf shorts. So surf shorts are the most, appropriate thing.
Sure.
Decathlon has them quite cheap. You don't
Yeah.
need to buy the
Yeah.
expensive ones. So if you go to any sports clothing store and you tell them that you're going surfing, first they're going to show you the most expensive thing.
Yeah.
Don't
Sure. Sure.
ask them for the cheaper one,
Yeah.
right?
So, Nipun, on the
And
same
this.
lines, I had a doubt. At Decathlon, we also saw something called surfing leggings, which are till the ankle. So, would you
Yeah.
recommend those?
Those are actually, those are quite good, but they are very uncomfortable to get used to. Right? It's the same way when you're doing scuba diving, right?
Yeah.
Scuba diving, the jumpsuit, the wetsuit, which come, there are different wetsuits, and the legging one, which is the full legging one, is usually clamping onto your ankles and everything. So, it does become a little bit more uncomfortable.
Hmm.
If your child is more comfortable, there are some children who don't want to be wearing shorts and would prefer leggings, then let them get it. But for their comfort, it's better to be wearing shorts. for the starting ones, right? When they get an expert, when they are an expert, yes, get onto the leggings.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
What
Who
is
is
Sorry,
the
on the
continuation?
same lines, for the
Yeah.
girls,
Yeah.
so for the girls also, what they'll be wearing the shorts and the swimwear, which
So
the-
what girls have been usually doing is wearing a
Huh.
swimming costume underneath their swim shorts because that's what they're more comfortable,
Mm.
right?
Okay,
Yes.
So they get a bikini or something and they wear it under the swim shorts. But swim
perfect.
shorts, the surfing shorts or swim shorts are necessary. They
All right.
cannot do surfing in a swimsuit,
Correct.
right? It has to be shorts.
So I think they can wear their swim costumes, and on top of that, they can wear their shorts.
Wear their
Yes.
shorts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
And
Along
in
with
addition,
that,
I'll just finish my the last question. Sorry.
Yeah, Mitali. Yeah.
So I understand, of course, the sun will be burning and the arms will be exposed as it's going to be out of the water most of the times. Would you recommend wearing those leggings for legs, of course, but arms, I'm not sure what is the right terminology, but what you can just pull on and they kind
So
of
the
protect you.
Nipun, yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, Mike, go ahead. Go ahead.
So the surf school has a pullover shirt which the children will be wearing, right? So it will cover completely till their arms,
Okay,
right? It's a full sleeve shirt which they'll be wearing. It's an anti-chafing shirt as well, which they will be wearing. So you don't have to worry about.
perfect.
Mainly the sunblock is to cover their face and nose so that they don't get extremely sunburnt.
Just the SPF recommendation is 50, 100. Just a
Yeah.
quick one on
I
that.
would say minimum 50. If you can get more than
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So if
Sure.
there is something
Ma-
called a sun, there's something called a sunblock,
Hmm.
right? A sunblock mud.
Yeah.
If you get that, that's the best. But that's, very difficult to get. We do, even for us, we do try to provide it to the children over there while they're surfing. So we do buy it and we keep it sunblock mud. But
if
the
there's a
thing
link,
is,
please send it across.
ma'am, even the links, when you go on them, you won't get them. So
It's
that's why
very
you
hard
said
to.
SPF 40 or 50 plus. This will be during the day, right? When they're doing surfing, we're going to give them sunblock mud. So they'll put mud on their face and then they'll do surfing. The sunblock, which is SPF 40 and 50 plus, is mainly during for the other activities when they go to the Maitri Mandir, when they're going shopping, right? And Mitali, your question also, just answering the sleeves, which are for the sun protection sleeves, which come because of the heat and the humidity, they get wet and they get uncomfortable, right? Last year children were carrying it. They used it one day and then they stopped using it, right? So if you want to send it, but it can't be a waste mostly.
So, Nipun, on the same lines, I had an idea that they will be wearing the swimming costume underneath, surf shorts, and over that, a rash guard kind of a t-shirt. Is
Yeah,
that rash guard not required, or
the
should we
rash
send
guard,
it?
if you have, please send it. Otherwise, we'll be giving them a rash guard with the t-shirt.
Yeah.
So, is that a uniform that they'll have to wear the school's rash guard only? Then we'll not send unnecessarily. They will have to take care of
No,
more
no,
stuff.
they're carrying their own. They can use their own.
They can wear that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you have your own rash guard or anything related to surfing, you can carry it along with you. It's not a problem. For those who don't,
Yeah,
the surf school will provide it with.
Yeah.
we've already bought it, so I think we'll send
Sure,
across then.
perfect.
So
Okay.
just to clarify, during surfing, Michael, you mentioned that they would be wearing some sort of a wetsuit on the top also, correct? While
It's a rash guard.
It's the rash
It's
guard.
an
It's the rash guard which they'll
anti-chafing
be wearing.
t-shirt, which the surf school provides.
Okay.
Right? It's called a rash guard or an anti-chafing t-shirt. So it's the same thing. So it's
Okay.
not a wetsuit. It's a t-shirt, which is a quick dry t-shirt, but it
Got
has
it.
anti-chafing properties to it.
So
So-
you guys briefly discussed about the jellyfish issue. Actually, I was reading about the beaches on Pondicherry for the last 2 years. There's been regular spotting of jellyfishes, and there have
Yes.
been a lot of incidents which we have read where the thing happens. Now, kids are pretty small. They've Can we do something to protect this thing beforehand? I know it's a very difficult question to answer, but anything can be done because it's a painful process. I have
Totally.
personally faced this.
Yeah, so it is a painful. I'll totally agree with you. Usually when we get to know there's a lot of jellyfish, we move out. We cancel the surfing for that time, right? That's the best solution we have. Last year we did get a few stings. There was one which got a little, as you said, very painful, right? We got them painkillers and we got that. There is no solution to stop. There's no prevention which can be there. It's just that they have to be careful. We tell them when they have to be careful, and we inform them that they're jellyfish, so not too much of paddling, be away from the side where the jellyfish is, right? So that all those things we should be doing. And usually in March, so you're lucky. In March, there's very less. There is hardly any jellyfish. They more come out towards April and July starting. That's when they are, more active over there. During March, we've had actually the least amount of jellyfish over there.
Okay. And regarding toilets specifically, I'm not worried about the boys so much, but for girls, after or before the session, are there proper arrangements?
Yes. So the surfing school has the toilets. Also, the Pondicherry beach has toilets built up, but the surfing school is right there, right? We prefer that because we know it's being cleaned and being kept hygiene. So the children are taken there, and otherwise we use the hotels.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Nuns, NANDS.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going otherwise.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, NANDS. You have your hand up.
Yeah, hi. I
Yeah.
just wanted to check about the glasses. Sorry, I missed the first 10 minutes, so I'm not aware. So when they have powered glasses, will they be surfing with the powered glasses, or they need to wear I mean the swimming goggles when they are surfing?
So what power is it?
Of 3.5.
3.5. Okay. So first of all, you have to send retainers with the spectacles so that they don't fall off,
Yeah,
right?
that's fine.
Swimming goggles are not actually recommended because they won't be able to see anything anyways under
No,
when
if I
they're
get
underneath.
like powered goggles.
No, when you're in the sea, there is hardly anything to see through the goggles.
Okay.
There's specialized eye masks which cannot be used for surfing. We had a child who was using spectacles. They were using it with retainers. They were just fine after that.
Okay, so you recommend I send spectacles with retainers, 2 pairs, so that if
Yeah.
there's anything that works fine and there's no need of swimwear for swimming when they are going in the pool, they can wear their glasses.
Yeah, so even for the surfing, first we'll try without the glasses. If they're okay to do it without the glasses, if they're able to see everything, fine. Otherwise, they'll just wear the glasses with the retainers and do it.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Okay. Anu?
Anu. Oh, Anu.
Yeah,
Sir,
hi.
I had a question.
Hi. I wanted to ask that how many kids are going to be traveling from Chennai, and what time is the departure from Chennai expected for the camp?
So basically, as I mentioned earlier, all the so once everybody arrives at the airport, I think there's 28 of them leaving.
From Chennai?
From Chennai, yeah. So once everybody arrives to the airport, the kids will all meet their instructors and they'll have lunch first at the airport before departing. Usually anywhere between 2:30 to 3 o'clock, the bus will depart from Chennai. There'll be a little break in between, a nature break in between en route, and they'll get some snacks on the way as well. And then they'll reach, it's a very short journey from Chennai, pretty much around 4:30 to 5 o'clock, they should be in the hotel.
Okay. So what is the last flight coming in? What time?
I am not so sure about that yet. I'll have to check.
Okay, but you
Okay,
check
because
that.
Yeah.
because
Anu,
kids from Ahmedabad are going to be coming in very early. So the whole idea
what
of
is
sending
early,
them
ma'am?
to,
What time?
How
I,
early are they coming?
I think by 9, our flight is at 6.
Yes, they reach by 9:15.
So the whole idea of sending them to Chennai was so that we could reduce their
Yeah,
travel
so
time. And
they will land at 9:15. They will be out by 10:15, 10:30. That's what I'm assuming, right? And I think the last flight is landing at 1 o'clock, as much as I remember. Right. So 2 o'clock was supposed to be the departure from there. We'll just see what the flights are and we'll organize that accordingly.
Yeah. So basically, there will be people to receive the children once they come out of the airport. So the minute they get their luggage, they'll just have to call the coordinator and then they'll come and receive them. And So since there are a lot of
And
children,
Chennai has a nice mall right outside the airport, right?
yeah.
It's attached to the airport. So they go and have a meal there anyways.
Okay. Okay. Fine. No, the reason why I was asking was because, then if they're going to be, if they have a 6 a.m. flight, they're going to be up at 4 a.m. earliest,
Totally.
or maybe earlier.
Totally. Yeah.
And then if they're going to reach the hotel at 5:30 in the evening, it's going to be a very long day. And the whole
Yeah.
idea of sending them to Chennai instead of Bangalore is just beaten. So I was actually, when we planned Chennai, because there are so many kids from Ahmedabad, we were kind of wondering if there can be a smaller transport directly taking them, and they don't have to wait till 2:30 in the afternoon. But anyways, let's look into it first as to
Yeah. So
when
let
the
me see.
flights
I
are.
think if there's what I'll do is I'll just look at the outstation sheet also, which we have.
Yeah.
Right. If there is a lot of children and there are a few children coming later, we'll do two transportations. I'll just figure that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just wanted to bring that to your
Yeah,
notice.
we try to do is to make sure every child is comfortable. So that's what.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
No problem. Manini, next, you have a question?
Yeah, so for the girls specifically, the surf shorts are really, really short. They are like hot pants. If you look at the ones in Decathlon, they are not long. So I just wanted to know what length. I mean, maybe then what we end up doing is we end up getting something from the boys or the men's section. What is the recommended length? You want them longer, closer
Just
to the
wait. I'll
knee?
just look it up and I'll just send it to you. Just
Yes, please.
Hmm.
I can actually send you a link, the Decathlon link. I don't know on the
Yeah, I
chat.
just saw it. They have changed their design also. I just realized from last year. I
Yeah,
just saw it.
these
So
look
just give me
quite
2 minutes.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
just
big.
give me 2 minutes. Yeah,
It's what we've
even I was
already
surprised.
bought. But any case,
Yeah.
since you mentioned that you want them longer, we can get something else if that's more practical.
I think you can just send them with shorts. If you can find some shorts which are longer, those would be fine. But
Yeah,
No,
Nippon,
I'll
women's
just
shorts
look
are
up
even
and
shorter than this. It's
yeah.
ridiculous how
Just
these
give me two
clothes are
minutes
designed.
while other questions are being taken. I'm just looking at it and I'll just get back.
yeah, Riddhi, oh no, Anu has a question still. Anu, Riddhi, Vidhi.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see.
yeah.
So I also just wanted to let you know that even the boys from Dubai, which is Ayush and Aryan and Ayan, they also
Mm-hmm.
land, they are taking the night flight. It's a red-eye flight
Okay,
from Dubai to Chennai. It's a 2 o'clock flight. So they land and we lose time. So they will reach Chennai at 8:15 in the morning.
okay,
So one that. So, but I think you all will take care of it as just letting you know that.
sure.
One and two. Even my son Ayush has a very high number. So
Mm-hmm.
what I understood from the discussion with another parent was to get the clip-on
Correct,
on
the
the
retainers.
glasses.
Yeah.
Is that what you're recommending, or should I just get dark glasses with number?
No, so just get a retainer so that he can just use his glasses, regular glasses. The retainers will keep them in place.
The retainers means the clip-on ones.
Correct. Yeah. So it'll be
Yes.
like a little strap which attaches to the back of the glasses so that it goes around the head and then it stays put and doesn't
So
move.
it won't be dark, but does it need to be dark?
No, for surfing, it doesn't need to be dark, but you can just give him regular sunglasses for the other activities which are planned.
Yeah, but then he won't be okay anyway. That's fine because then he can't see anyway. So anyways, it has to be
Yeah.
powered, right?
Yeah. Do you not have photochromatic ones?
No, we don't have.
Okay. Then regular glasses are fine. As long because it's for his vision, right? So just regular glasses with the retainers are completely fine.
Sorry, I just heard the last bit. So for the daytime, they need sunglasses when they're going for the Maitri Mandir visit or the culture visit. They should be having sunglasses. For the surfing, they don't need sunglasses.
Okay. Now it's more clear. And my last question was just to kind of sum up with the rash guard thing. So we do if we don't have rash guard, we're not expected to purchase it. The surfing school is going to provide it so that their hands are covered and they're sorted with that one.
Okay, so I'm just gonna share my screen for the girl participant. These are the kind of shots which we are looking at, which you can see on the right hand side. right? They are available online. What I've searched for is board shorts, long women. I've been able to find there are some short, obviously small ones also which I saw, but there are some long ones which are here. So you can look at any of these.
This is Amazon, right? Yeah.
This I just searched on Google, and they're on Amazon, they're on YouBuy, they're on different things. Don't buy the 12,000 one, obviously. Look for cheaper one. But this is the kind of length we are looking at. Something just which is coming above the knee. Even a little shorter will be fine, but something which is giving this much coverage to the thighs.
Riddhi, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. One, it's a request. If you could also collect the Aadhaar card with the phones once the kids arrive, since it's an original.
Yes, we will.
Not a problem.
And my
So, ma'am, make
yeah,
sure there's a pouch which has
yes,
the name written on it, the phone, the power bank, the Aadhaar card, the return flight ticket, all in that pouch that comes to us, and then it gets returned.
great, great. And my other question is, since the kids are not going to have a phone, is there one point of contact, one person's number that we can get as parents, just in case there is something that we need to contact
Okay,
them
That
so
for?
would be
my
me.
number,
Oh,
Michael number is already with you. My number you just got on the chat.
yeah.
I am the chief sales officer. I handle the whole show. So I am
Okay,
in charge of, I get to know what is happening everywhere,
Yeah.
right? The people on the camp, they are supposed to be only focusing on your children. So we don't give those numbers, right? Unless there's an emergency on the camp, then they will be contacting you directly. Till that time, we don't want them being disturbed, right? So they need to be
okay.
focusing on your children.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay, so if nobody has any questions, I'm just stopping this recording now.
Thank you so much.